Hey, I'm Marcus.
And I'm Nick.
We are Working Class Nerds.
Cue the intro. That's right. We are Working Class Nerds, the podcast that gives you no information about your favorite information.
Today is Thursday, April 8th, 2021, and you can find this Woot Woot 101 podcast on Apple Podcasts, Buzzsprout, Google Podcasts, Stitchers, and everywhere else in the galaxy. See, I like that one better. You can watch me play SWTOR Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays at twitch.tv/MarcusB814. I'm getting really good at that one. You can also find the both of us on Twitter. I am at MarcusB814.
And I am at Nick Vern. That's NickVern. And in this week's episode, we have a long overdue guest joining us. It's Moxie. Moxie is a Twitch streamer and focuses primarily on Star Wars The Old Republic. And we're going to discuss what got her started in streaming, what her favorite part about streaming is, what her favorite ice cream flavor is, and satisfy many, many other curiosities. So, Moxie, thank you for coming on the show. And what have you been up to?
Hey, Marcus. Hey, Nick. Let's see. What's news? I've been having a blast continuing to teach story mode operations in SWTOR and kicking off my new progression team, actually, Orbital Exception. On Friday nights, I have switched up my stream a little bit to be more drinking games. That's when what started as playing Fuck, Marry, Kill with Star Wars companions kind of expanded into other nonsense, and that's just a blast. So balancing lots of video games with a lot of work. And then taking a break to hang out with good friends.
Are you more of like, would you say you're doing more story stuff on stream, or are you doing more operations on stream?
Definitely streaming more of the operations, since that's the majority of the time I spend in the game, since Tuesdays and Thursday nights is when I teach the story mode operations for my guild. And then on weekends, I actually participate in our veteran mode and master mode academies where I get to learn and then turn that around and then do my prog team. So all of that is endgame MMO content, but that's what my guild really focuses on. I'm a member of RAIA, and our entire vision mission strategy revolves around endgame MMO content. So whereas, yes, I totally love the story and I get totally involved with all the characters and, love triangles and, I've hit escape out of conversations so that I can control exactly what happens more times than I'd like to admit. But that's not typically the content of my streams.
Sure. Your guild focuses mostly on the Republic side, right?
No, we are 50-50. 99% of us have perfect mirrors. So we actually switch our events every single week. So for instance, if this Tuesday I was teaching on IA, on Thursday I would be teaching on RA. And then next week we'd flip-flop. So when I'm teaching those story mode ops, I'm typically doing it on my tanks. So I'm playing my Power Tech, Shield Tech, or I just transfer her gear over to her perfect mirror, my Vanguard, and 6 in one, half dozen in the other for me.
Right. I'm going to give you a little, it's a want situation. So every week in the Starforge rating community Discord, I see your guild with advertisements for teams all the time, right? And I always want to join a team, but I love my guild so much that I won't put a tune in any other guild.
And I totally respect that loyalty. I mean, that's what it comes down to for a lot of people, is the community. I mean, that's what made this game so amazing for me, is the people and finding your tribe. So whereas when I first took it up, I was playing with a very social guild. When I realized I really did want to get into more competitive content, RAIA was the perfect blend of that. And yeah, it was a culture shock when I first logged in and no one was online or in the Discord because there weren't any events and there weren't any teams raiding right then. Whereas on like Friday and Saturday nights, when all the teams are going to bat at once, we've got everyone on. And what with all of the changes this last year because to everyone's lifestyles because of COVID, people's gaming habits have changed so very much. I mean, that's one of the main reasons I got back into the game for sure.
I know myself, my gaming habits definitely changed due to COVID.
Me too.
Because
for the better?
Yeah. I would say I found myself again. You know what I mean? It's kind of a weird thing to say, but I do understand what you're saying. But like the RAI, I've messed it up every time.
No, you were there.
But anyways,
you had it.
Yeah,
you were this close.
This close. Well, they always have a team that's like looking for me, and I'm like, oh, I'd love to join, and I'm just like, I never clicked the button because when, I had a team I was on, and they were like, you have to join the guild, and I did join the guild, and I did it for like a week, and then I had a bad taste in my mouth, and I was like, I can't do this. And they're like, we're sorry you can't be on the team. Well, it's just, you know what it is? I feel safe. Yeah. That's the word. You know what I mean? Like,
you have your comfort zone.
Yes, I have my people. I know my people. I know my guild isn't like one day somebody's not going to go off on me, and I'm not saying your guild would do that, but like, I just feel like, okay, this is my home. This is where I live.
No, that's actually one of the things I really adore about our AIA is we go through a very formal interview process before admitting members. So it's not just accepting everyone who says, hey, that's a cool name. It's no. Did you read our vision mission? Like, do you understand what we're about? How do you align with these things? What are your goals and how can we meet them? And then, if your goal is to dick around and have a great time playing the game, you can do that within our boundaries. That's perfectly well and good. We have a good handful of people who play very, very casually. It's just that the main focus of, our energy is not going to be in social groups. It's going to be in progression and, long theory crafting discussions that are over my head.
For sure. What is your streaming schedule?
Tuesday and Thursday nights, I stream the Story Mode Ops at 9 p.m. Eastern. On Fridays, that's we call it the FMK night for Fuck, Marry, Kill, but it's so much more than that now. But that's me chatting with two of my guildies, and we'll typically do Star Fortresses or other nonsense. Well, mostly we shoot the shit and drink a lot. That usually starts around, again, 9 p.m. Eastern. The Vet Modes Operation Academies that I like to participate in on weekends to learn start at 7 p.m. Eastern. Sorry, I have to do all this translating because I'm like the rare outlier of a Pacific player. There's like no one on my side of the world.
Well, there is. They're just on the incorrect server.
Right.
Yes, that's true. Kitty Kisses is also West Coast, Best Coast, but he's a Satil Shan, so we can't all be perfect.
Yeah, Starforge best server.
Damn straight. Starforge for life.
Yep. So, Nick, what have you been up to?
Let's see. Taking through the notes here. I don't know why I wrote dates. I only went on one, but I guess it was pretty epic.
That's one more than I've been on in the last 3 years.
Oh, that's fair. I've been okay. In the past 2 weeks, I've been on several, but and I have 2 more this weekend. But anyways, I'm no luck thus far. But
live it up.
But you can't hit the ball if you'd never take any at bats, right? So, anyways, back at the ranch. I also went out to dinner last night with Storm and Norman. And
it's no. The notes say the mob.
Yeah,
I don't know what the mob is. Okay.
All right. So we went to an Italian restaurant that I think, I'm like very confident, the owners of which have other sources of income. I'll say.
Okay.
Nice.
Sure.
Okay. And so we were.
What was the restaurant?
Villa Napolitana in East Longmeadow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Was it good?
It was great. I love the food there. I actually really, really like the food there. But anyways, we go. It's my dad and Joe, and we're in a private room essentially with it's
Just
us,
you guys.
It's us, and then the other end of the room at a big table is like the owners and their friends. having like a meeting essentially.
Okay.
So anyways, they're friendly with my dad and his buddy, and all of a sudden at the end of the night they're like, oh, the waitress was like, oh, so and so paid for your bill, and it was one of the people over there. So I'm basically like, we got dinner for free. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you. I'll get the next one.
So exactly. So the joke was like, oh, the mob paid for our dinner. Now we owe him a favor. Great.
Yeah.
But anywho, I thought that was the little scenario. Was
I'm building
Hey, Al
Joe's
Capone
kitchen.
did a favor for my great-grandfather, and that turned out just fine.
Perfect. Maybe it's the start of something awesome.
Exactly.
But
gotta have friends.
very true. Also, past weekend was my birthday, which was pretty epic.
You know what sucks?
What?
Is your birthday present sitting at the shop?
Well, that's just a fail.
Oh my God, that's so terrible.
Yeah. And
Drop
also
the ball there, Marcus.
Oh, dude, he stinks.
Yeah, Luke,
Jeez.
Marcus's dog Luke is laying next to us, and he keeps farting, and it's just terrible.
Oh,
But
anyway.
anyways,
So
back
he's
at the ranch.
punishing him.
Yes. Yes. So Marcus is so mad about the birthday present thing. This is awesome. So anyways, what I did do, my actual birthday was Sunday, but I had a paintball tournament that day in the morning. So backtracking a little bit, Friday night I went out for drinks with my friends from the emergency department. That was great. Saturday did some family stuff. We went to a Mexican place and had a couple margaritas in the afternoon so that I could rehydrate and be ready for athletic activities Sunday morning. In the paintball tournament, we are playing up a division, so it's a harder competition. We made the playoffs and then lost to the team that ended up winning the whole tournament. So not too shabby for our first tournament. We came in 4th place. And then afterwards, I had a bunch of adult beverages with my teammates, which was also great. And then I took Monday off so I could just relax and lounge.
Wow.
It was an awesome weekend.
Actually, I did call you on Monday and said, how sore are you? And you were like, I got the day off. I'm like, God damn it.
That's one thing that's great about my new job. Moxie, for reference, I used to work in the emergency department, and now I work in research. So it's like a desk job, normal things, but it's way easier to get time off.
Nice.
I
I
was
love
just
that
like-
about my job too.
It was awesome.
They can live without me.
Exactly.
They don't like to, but they can.
Right. It's like, oh, hey, it's your time. You got to take it off. It's not like, oh my God, we're short. Wah! Like in the emergency department. So, also, I played a little bit of Call of Duty, but I've been kind of busy with like birthday things over the weekend where I normally would do video games and things like that, just like prepping for paintball rather than sitting down to play games. But so for reference, Justin, my sister's boyfriend, likes playing Warzone because he didn't have Cold War. And he's been like, hey, let's play. So I finally downloaded Warzone and tried it, and I am so bad at Warzone.
Well, it's because you die and you're done.
Right.
Like, I'm not good at those
You don't
games.
respawn?
Well, no, not in Warzone. Well, you can respawn once, but you go to the gulag, and then you have to 1v1 against, because it's set in Russia. So you go to the gulag when you
Which
die
is
the first
basically
time.
like a prison cell.
Yeah.
It's more than that.
Oh, yeah. It's like prison torture camp combo. But anyways, you have to 1v1 fight somebody who also died, and then whoever wins that gulag fight can respawn once. But then if you die a second time after that, then you die for real. So you have to you have a chance to have 2 lives, but you really only get, one and done. But anywho, I am much, much better at the multiplayer in Cold War. So I was like, all right, if I'm going to play with Justin, I know he's a broke college kid, as we all were back in the day. So I just bought him Cold War, and
Aww,
he was
good
super pumped
friend.
about it. Yeah. So we'll be playing Cold War now instead. A game that I am much, much, much better at, so I can actually, be competitive.
It's a good way to solve the problem.
Yes.
We're going to play the game I like. Here's the game I like.
Here you
We're
go.
going to play this game.
Right. Whoa, thanks, man. This is awesome. In the back of my head, I'm like, yeah, I'm terrible at the other one. So, also, I just want to highlight the post episode 100 fan love is really cool. We got mentioned on the SWTOR Escape podcast, the hosts of which obviously were our guests in the show for that episode, and also the main AIE podcast, which was, really cool. And we're pretty grateful for both of those shout outs. It was awesome.
For sure. And we've been mentioned on a ton of streams, like everywhere. Every time I pop in, somebody's talking about episode 100. It's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Wait, I'm sitting at the cool kids table? I think this was an accident.
No, Moxie,
can't
we
sit
said
with us.
episode. No, we said episode 100. This is 101. We're back. We're all back in the corner.
Oh,
Like
okay, phew.
The cool episode's done. We're just
Right.
moving on from there.
We're like one table over from the stoners now, you know?
Wait, can I at least be with the band kids?
Yes.
I'm comfortable there.
We're the friend group where it's like half band kids, half us, I guess. So that's basically it for me. Marcus, how's it going? And what have you been up to?
Welcome to the nerds community.
I like
So, over the past couple days, weeks, I've been trying to figure out like what I could call my community for the stream, right?
Yeah.
And I've been lost because I would just ramble on stream about what the hell I'm going to call myself. And somebody said, it was Mercy said in stream the other day, and he was like, welcome to the nerds. And I was like, whoa, I kind of like that. Working class nerds, my channel, mushed together, the nerds community. So when you follow, you're a part of the nerds. And just so happens that when you go to our Discord, everybody who has not been a guest on the show is in the nerds category.
Oh, perfect.
So it's like it was there, and I just
Didn't think about it.
no. It's like I had like tinted sunglasses on, but I couldn't see through them.
Yeah, and then you took the sunglasses
And then I
off
got
and
my
you're-
American flag sunglasses.
Oh
and
my God. Marcus has like Ray-Ban style sunglasses where the frames are all American flags and then the lenses are super, super shiny blue.
America.
They're
Fuck
pretty
yeah.
Yeah,
They're ridiculous.
They're
Cue the
polarized.
eagle flying overhead.
With an F-15 or whatever. Yeah.
I breathe America.
Oh my God. It's not
Anyway,
even the 4th of July.
it's the 4th of July to me every day.
In his heart.
I don't need Independence Day because it's every day. Anyway,
Oh my God.
so studio update. So the drywall is done. The duct work has all been painted black. The guy's coming next week to do the foam insulation in the ceiling to seal it up completely.
very nice. Make it.
Soundproof.
Yeah.
So you and I can scream in there at the top of our lungs and nobody's going to hear us.
It's fantastic.
Yep.
Ooh, dungeon. I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, what?
So, have you guys ever
Wow,
seen-
that was a long pause. Marcus got flustered there. That was great.
Nice.
So-
Mission accomplished. 10 minutes
have you guys so did you guys ever see the show
Moving.
Full House?
Moving right along. Yes. What about Full House?
So when Uncle Jesse records, there's the red light.
Yeah.
I want to put that on the outside of the room. So
Oh,
when we
Yeah, you need a
record,
little
the red light
on-air
comes-
sign.
Well, that would be cool too. I got to find one of those.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the studio update, ceiling is done. I primed all the walls, so I will do that. Hopefully this weekend I'll get all the trim done. I got to go get a piece of carpet, and once that's done,
Does it match the drapes?
I hope not. So, and then once I do that, then I'll make my desk, and then we're ready to record. I'll move everything in there, and then that will be my streaming and podcasting room. There won't
Perfect.
be any more of this.
He's motioning at the L-shaped desk that we're both kind of half sharing.
Yeah.
Hey, don't knock L-shaped desks. I love my L-shaped desk.
So
But then
my-
again, I don't have to share it.
right. So
Well, I'm just kind of taking like a far corner of it. but-
right. So what I'm doing is I'm going to have another corner, but it's going to be bigger, but it's going to be less
You
wide.
get the
But
big corner and he gets the little corner.
yes,
Yes.
you can have the little one. And then I'm going to
Is that
make
like giving
a
him the shitty controller for player 2.
Yes.
Yes.
I get the off-brand Mad Cat.
no.
whatever
What is it?
controller.
What do the
Right?
Joy-Cons do? Oh, he's going to get the Joy-Con with the drift in it.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's constantly drifts forward because it was smushed under the couch, like mashing the analog stick for
Yes.
3 months or
By the
something.
dog.
Exactly.
So the
Bite marks on it.
oh my god. So it's almost done. I'm looking forward to it. Nick's podcast desk will be a Murphy desk. So when he comes over, it'll fold down. So when he's not there, it'll fold up. I ordered all the extra foam pads for the walls, and I'm going to have all my Star Wars art and my like Pete Rose autographed jersey in there.
Sweet.
and it'll all be surrounded by foam. So hopefully the sound is really good. I'm kind of nervous about it because we're going to be going into such a small room in comparison to like the bigger room that we're in now. But I think it'll be okay.
That's really exciting.
I can't wait. So in my old house, I had my own space, and then we had another kid, and I lost my space.
That's how that goes typically.
Yep.
That
and
sounds
then
like
I went.
a personal life choice.
Yep. And then I got relegated to the corner of this basement, and I hated it. And I'm back in now. So now I'm in my new house.
One more kidneys in the yard.
Yeah. So, and then, I built a giant shed that was going to be my office. And because we decided to sell the house, I never made it my office. So I was relegated to this corner. And now in my new house, I'm back relegated to the corner.
Right.
And I hate it. I don't have my own space. It drives me fucking bonkers that I don't have my own space.
I get you.
So now, and what's sweet is I'll be able to hang my computer on the wall.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Wait, how do you do that?
I'm going to take out, I'm not going to have a computer case. It's
like
just going to hang
separate
on
the components.
Yes.
Oh, that'll be cool.
So it gets perfect airflow.
Do you have like a big ceiling fan that goes by it, or do you just don't even
No,
need
it's
it?
all going to be cooled through all the stuff. I think I'm going to do that. But you have to buy like a big board. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but okay.
I'd imagine it gets dusty quickly too.
Yeah,
Okay,
that would be my concern is dust management.
All right, gaming.
Marcus is like, let me have my pie in the sky.
No.
I'm sorry. I've worked in data center optimization for the first 4 years of my career. I built data centers. Dust is the enemy.
Yes, dust is evil.
And I work in dust.
Dust is the yeah, you do. As a carpenter, it's just dust everywhere.
I'm not a carpenter.
Cabinet maker? Maybe?
No, I'm nothing. I just stayed at a Holiday Inn last night.
Oh my god.
Anyway, so in gaming
You're a
stuff,
craftsman.
Yeah.
more like a craftsman.
Oh my god.
Womp womp.
Womp.
All right, so this show just went from like 85 to like 4. Okay.
Yeah. So
Because of
step
me.
it up.
All right. Anyways, in gaming stuff. So first is I've started playing Battlefront 2. So I've been watching these streamers that play it. And what got me is one of the players had a mod in the game and they were playing as fucking Darth Malgus. Not Darth Vader. I said Darth Malgus. And they imported the sound, his voice, into the game. So when you kill him, he's like, "You are weak." And I'm just like, holy shit, that was his voice.
That's so cool.
I was like, whoa.
It's not just a skin. It's really Malgus.
And it looks unbelievable.
Yeah, you sent me photos. It's
Right.
perfect.
So then it gets even better. So I'm like, do they have my favorite bounty hunter? Fuck yeah, they do. Cad Bane.
That's
And they
awesome.
have his voice.
Nice.
Yeah, so Cad Bane takes the place of Boba Fett.
Okay.
So you can't be Boba, you'll be Cad Bane.
Yeah.
Which is fine with me. Because Cad Bane is way more badass than Boba Fett, in my opinion. Hate me if you want.
Yeah.
This can be a debate for later. But go ahead.
This will be a Clone Wars
Unpopular
debate.
opinion.
Yeah.
Well, no, he's just my favorite bounty hunter. I just love that dude.
I get it.
So anyway, and it was it made it so much more fun. And then I got Doc because Doc just moved to Florida, so he's on the East Coast. Yeah, Doc is in Orlando.
Whoa,
Yeah. So
that's epic.
yeah, so he was waiting for all of his stuff to get to his house, like from the movers, and so I was like, dude, just download Battlefront 2 on your laptop. He's like, perfect, and we played co-op for hours. It was so much fun. It was just fun, and like, it's so beautiful. And I played in Cloud City, dude.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, it's gorgeous.
I was outside, like I got killed because I was looking up at the sky. I was like, oh wow.
That's immersive. That's
But
ideal.
yes. And honestly, it's not Call of Duty pace
Yeah,
at all.
but it's faster.
Well, it's a shooter,
Yeah.
but I play it in first person mode.
Yep.
You play it in third person, right?
Yes, Battlefront I play in third because you can see around corners more easily and see around obstacles better. You get a better sense of like what's around.
I just
you.
feel like I aim better in first person.
Oh, yeah, I definitely do too.
Okay.
But it's like a trade-off. You get more visibility, but it's a little less precise to shoot.
You lose
Visibility.
peripheral vision for sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
No, I agree. So, but anyway, I'm loving it. Like, it's the perfect game where I can like hop in. I don't know anybody really. Nobody bothers me. And I mean that in the kindest sense. What I mean is like,
No
it's
campers.
almost like I'm just like free. Like I can talk to myself. I can be watching Kogus' stream or your stream or Chimera's stream or Kitty's stream or anybody's and just play and enjoy it.
And there's no like pressure to perform particularly well.
I'm just terrible anyway.
Right.
But I love my skin on my droid from the Clone Wars. Roger.
What is it?
I got a green camo skin and I love it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Way better than
Wait,
Republic Troopers.
the B1 battle droid, like the
Yeah.
regular Roger
Yeah.
guys?
Yeah.
He has a green camo?
Yeah.
Does he look like
What?
a praying mantis? You must not be able to see him anywhere.
He's invisible.
I was going to say, he's like a stick anyway.
Yeah, that's sneaky.
Definitely.
So anyway, so that's been my fun gaming and SWTOR stuff. So we killed the Apex Vanguard for the second time on hard mode to get teammate Rube the kill.
Woo woo.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And again, it took all night again to do it. It took all night. I was like, okay, we're going to go in there. We're going to like 1 or 2 shot the boss and then we're going to move on. Nope. Last pull magic. We cleared it and it was done. But it actually felt really good because now the whole team has the clear and now it's in the rear view mirror.
I was happy to see that. That was cool.
Oh, because you were there in stream.
I was.
When I win, dude, I go bananas.
Yes, can confirm.
And like, and the thing is like people are like, oh, when you aren't on stream, you're not like that. I'm like, baloney. When like on Mondays, I'm doing Master Blaster, and that is not on stream. When we win that, I'm going to be throwing shit around here.
You are infectiously joyful when you complete one of those victories. I know that's one of the things I think that makes your stream really fun.
Would you say I'm that way all the time?
You're high energy. Absolutely. I mean, when I see you, every time I've seen you on stream, you don't like zone out. That's one of the biggest turnoffs for me in any streamer is when they're just like quietly heads down playing the game. Like that's not why I want to be watching someone play. I want to be an immersive communication. Yeah.
The only time, is if I'm learning a fight, like, okay, so I'll say this real quick. So we're doing Nightmare Dread Palace to start now. So you come in and you start the fight. The boss is there, but she's immune. And there's monsters that come at you.
Yep.
And you have to like kill 4 of these monsters to unlock the boss, essentially, to be able to actually fight the boss.
To get to phase 2.
Yes, to actually see the boss. Well, we only saw the boss once. Okay, it was a pretty brutal night last night. But learning mechanics in the game is hard. Like we're playing, and I forget in my head that we're playing the hardest content in the game. When you're doing nightmare raiding, it's the hardest content in the game. Where things are forgiving in hard mode, they are not forgiving in nightmare.
Right. And
like you are gonna suck. I shouldn't say it like that because I don't want my teammates to take that the wrong way. I'm not gonna suck. I'm gonna suck until I learn the fight.
Right.
Once I learn the dance, then it's gonna be easy. But that's the same way it's been for anybody doing progression.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's a complicated dance.
So that's been really fun. I'm eager for it. And
you were getting so much good feedback from your team and the community to like help you get better too, which I thought was like that was a really cool conversation to watch and learn as a fellow tank.
Yes, and that's what I was going to say. There's so many people in my chat during the stream last night that were like, let me see your gear. Okay, you're going to want to do this and you want to do this over here. And like
everybody was troubleshoot and contribute.
Right. and I only have really one rule in my chat. And I should actually put that in the chat rules. The one rule is don't be a douche, because if you're a douche, you get banned. I don't take that shit lightly.
Yeah.
Like if you come in and be a mega douche right off the bat, insta ban. There's no second chances. Like, oh, I'm sorry, I was having a bad day. No, you're a douche, you're out. Because nobody needs that, because somebody else in my stream chat could be really enjoying it and some toxic asshole comes in and you don't ban them, they're like, oh, this is accepted here.
Right.
You know what I mean?
They poison the water.
So that's pretty much the only rule of my chat. Don't be a D-bag.
It sounds
See, I have to
perfectly
have 2
reasonable.
rules, but that's just me.
Don't be a D-bag and keep her clothes on or something.
The clothes stay on, no eating on stream.
Oh yeah, that was the 2 rules.
So we'll get into that. But anyway, so the last part about SWTOR is I've been continuing my Sork story. And what I'm really enjoying about this Sork story is I created this character and it's me. So it is every decision I make is it would be me making it.
Okay.
So like when I do it, like every answer would be as if Marcus was making the answer.
That's cool.
And I turn in tabs in my chat suggested turning the alignment off. So
Nice.
you can't see what choices are dark side and what's light side
Until you click them.
And I made a dark side choice and I was like, ooh, wow, I guess I'm dark
It
side.
was true to your heart.
Right, exactly. But then there was like a part where you had to like shock somebody. And I'm like, I'm not shocking him. I'm just going to be nice to the guy. I was nice to him. I got the answers I want and he went free. Boom. Light side, best side. Anyway,
I completely disagree.
so my
Dark
Saturday
side's
night
so
streams
wrong.
my Saturday night streams have been super awesome because it's wicked laid back. And I'm sure, Moxie, you have those streams where like my Saturday nights, I'm just chilling. I'm doing story stuff or fun stuff where there's no team involved. There's no Discord. It's just me. And
You
I have
and the love of the game.
correct. And I love it.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it because it's like after a long week.
My only problem with those is that if I don't have other people I'm interacting with and talking to, I end up kind of filling the void with babble when I'm streaming, and then I lose my voice, which has been deeply problematic in my learning to stream over the last couple months.
Sure. Honestly, what I really like, what I feel as if cuts down on having to babble is having music playing in the background.
Fair enough.
I like it because it keeps your energy up. You don't get tired. You just enjoy the game. And in a moment of quiet, you can just bob your head and do a little shake and shuffle, and it gives you energy, and it like kind of breaks that silence, and whoever's watching can actually enjoy. And maybe they're doing the bob and wiggle, right? With you. Because you don't
really
know.
optimistic that we're all dancing along with you, aren't you?
No, I didn't say everybody. I said there might be somebody doing it with me. But maybe not. But maybe they are.
Marcus is Greek. He's always thinking about dancing.
I love to dance. Anyways, Saturday, April 24th.
It's a make. Oh, wait. Sorry. A little premature.
No, yeah, we're not there yet. So Saturday, April 24th, 2 p.m. to 2 a.m. Eastern is a 12-hour awesomeness stream. I'm going to be streaming for 12 hours straight for my 1-year stream anniversary.
Streamiversary.
Is that right? Streamiversary?
It is now.
Okay. So my 1-year streamiversary, sorry, Nick, is happening April 24th. I'm so excited for it. I've been talking to so many other fellow streamers about like a long distance stream, getting their advice. Like I can't ever do a 24-hour stream because I got kids. I have a life. You know what I mean? So like in the sense of like, I can't not be with my kids all day for 24 hours.
Yeah, of course.
I can't do it. I just can't.
I mean,
So
even in a 12-hour, you're going to need a break.
Well, no. So I've gotten that advice. So, some have said, like Kogas told me, he's like, Marcus, every 2 hours, take a 10-minute break, 10 to 15-minute break. And halfway between it, take like a 30-minute break where you go and like eat something and hang out and then come back. And I'm like, I don't know if I'll be able to do that.
To take that long of a break and then come back.
Yeah, because I think that's when I'll get tired.
Yeah. So like,
but this is where I'm going to bring in the eating thing.
Yeah.
Like, listen, if I get hungry and I'm in the middle of something awesome in my stream, you better know I'm going to eat it. My rule about eating on stream is it can't be crunchy.
That's fair.
Like,
Well, that's good. I like that.
So
because like I feel like if you can turn, at least with our mics, they're pretty. You need to be pretty up in them for them to pick you up. So if you can eat on stream, well, granted, use that other mic when you stream anyway, don't you?
Correct.
Oh, never mind. Well, that what I was gonna say
Out
like
the
on
window with that idea.
Yeah. So what I was gonna say is our podcast mics. If you're eating like a normal sandwich without lettuce or something, you could like turn your head away from the mic, take a bite, and chew, and you won't hear it. You know what I mean? But like if you eat Doritos and you turn your head away from the mic, like you're hearing everything.
Yeah.
Exhibit A, me, before the show started.
Yeah.
Crunch, crunch, crunch.
Right.
Exactly. So something I want to say is, have you guys seen the white Darth Revan outfit
Yes.
in the game? So
It's
I am going to be giving that away on my stream.
The whole outfit?
It's the whole bundle, his lightsaber, the purple crystal, all of it.
Wow.
That has been my heart.
Yep, that has been donated by BioWare. So that is a BioWare thing. So because it's a BioWare gift, it can be given to anybody on any server. So once you win, I will pass the player's account information to BioWare, and they will produce it and send it to you in your mailbox. So essentially, if you're on Darth Malgus or the wrong server, Satil Shan, or you're on the correct server, which is Starforge, you can get it anywhere, or on the French and the German-speaking ones, but I don't know the names of those servers. And I don't want to insult them. I was going to say one could be called Putin.
That's Russia, not Germany or France.
No, Putin.
Yeah.
Poutine, like the French fries with the gravy, but that's Canada.
That's Canadian.
Oh, yes.
You're just triple wrong here.
Oh, my God. I'm
And
such
poutine, anyway. Yeah.
I'm such an idiot. I am such an idiot.
And we love you anyway.
Yeah, so...
You're our idiot, buddy.
We love you because, not in spite of.
Right.
But last thing I want to say, two more things, is April 24th is my 12-hour stream. Please, please, please come say hello. Just make my day. I love, like, if you've ever watched my stream, when somebody new follows me, I'm like a little kid in a candy store.
Yeah,
I'm so excited because, like, you chose to click that button, and it means so much to me when you do that. And then when they follow me, and then they say hi in chat, like, I melt. Because I'm like, oh my God, a new person. Hi. And like, I completely break silence. Don't tell my raid team. I completely killed everybody yesterday because somebody new followed me and said hi. And I was not paying attention to the pulverize move and I wiped the group. Shh, don't tell them. But it was worth it because somebody new followed me.
Okay, so 4/24 is Marcus Day. I did.
Yeah, so originally the plan was going to be I was going to do all of the story mode operations in the 12-hour stream, but I realized how actually difficult that would be.
You'd have to have people queued up and ready.
Well, I would, but what if you run behind and somebody can't and they have to go mid-boss fight? And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to ask friends to do like an op with me at some point. Yeah. Like set a schedule like 1 p.m. or 5 p.m. Who wants to do story mode gods with me? You know what I mean? Because we're going to do like the ops that I want to do. Like I would never want to look at Revan again. So I will not go to that.
No TOS
you know I mean?
For you?
No, never again. Like story mode is fine, but like, nope. That's a hard no. Yeah. So any team progging Revan, if you ever need a tank, don't call me. Revan is a hard no.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm sorry I rambled for so long. Just I'm so excited, and thank you to everybody in the nerds community because you guys make my streams awesome. And thanks, Nick, and Moxie, you guys gifted me all those subs in the last two streams.
It's a mutual love fest.
Exactly.
I understand that, but I really, really appreciate it. And
you just pump up the jams.
Oh, yeah. You know what, Moxie? You can come tank with me.
I was gonna say you're gonna have to book me. Like
yes, 100%. You're coming.
I will absolutely come tank for a while.
All right.
You know I love my story mode ops, and
I do too. This conversation has always been a question for me. Well, it's not been a question. A friend of mine says this all the time, and I'm not calling him out because I don't know if he wants this to be said, but he says that operations are meant, like, they were built to be story mode. Like, he looks at group content is getting together with your friends and having fun. Hey, Nick, don't stand in the cube's lightning.
Oh my God.
And Terror from Beyond.
Yes.
Wait,
no problem.
Nick,
you got it, guys. Giant lightning. Can't miss it. Yep. I'll be out of the way. First time it goes off, I was standing right in it.
Nick, yeah. Were you standing in the lightning? Yes.
I sure was.
Did I tell you not to? Yes. Okay, res him. But anyway, he feels as if story mode ops are like the
pinnacle.
Yeah, that's like the ultimate in the group content, because he's like, it's fun, it has some challenge, and you're still gonna win. And that's what he really likes about it. He says, because he was a Nightmare Raider, and he's like, there's too much involved. And I said, yeah, I can see it.
Yep.
In SWTOR news, well, they updated the PTS. Galactic Seasons is going on. I am the only person on this planet, I think, in the galaxy that really likes the whole idea of a battle pass. That's me. I love the fact that there is a pay to advance version.
For people who don't have time.
You're correct.
Yeah.
It's not pay to win, because everything you're getting is companions, right?
Yeah.
I love it. So they're giving us a seasonal pass that you can advance via playing the game, or you can pay. If you pay, guess what? They make money.
Right, which is better for the game.
Which is better for the game.
The life cycle. We all win.
We all win.
It's not like the game is expensive. It blows my mind when people are like, oh my God, it's so pricey. I'm like, dude, you just spent $60 on a PS4 game you played for like 1 hour and then decided you didn't like. I pay, $13 a month and get hours and hours and hours and hours of love and new content all the time.
Well, that's what I mean. Well, let's not go all the time. Let's not
frequently enough to pique my interest.
Moxie,
not even
you
go there.
brought the can opener.
No.
Uh-oh. Retreat.
Yes, yeah. This game does not give us enough content. Danger, Will Robinson. No, this game does not give us a lot of content. If you look at the other MMOs, they are producing quite a bit more content. The thing about this game is it's beautiful. The story is immersive. There is dialogue. Have you ever played another MMO where it's all text? Nobody wants to do that. Who wants to read text about a story? I spacebar it. Like, who wants to read that shit now?
Well, I like the Zelda games for that, but the old ones.
Spacebar.
I know.
Anyway, so they're continuing to work on the Galactic Seasons in the PTS. If you want to see what it's like and you would like to bitch about it, make sure you download the PTS. It's how I feel. If you want to bitch, then go in and play it and see how it works.
Right.
But if you don't do it, you don't have a right to complain. Call of Duty does the Battle Pass. I think it's fine. I think they make gazillions amount of dollars because of it.
Yep.
Their game is free to play for the version of the Battle Pass. You buy the Battle Pass for, what is it, $10?
Yeah. I think
it's
can pay
$10.
You can pay $15 if you want to skip the first 20 levels or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
In this, I'm all for it. There's nothing that they're giving you that is going to give you a tactical advantage. So I'm all for it.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about the Galactic Seasons, Moxie?
I think you nailed it. I mean, it's appealing. It's an interesting... I'm going to have to wait until I actually use it and see how it feels.
And it's just something else to do.
I don't go on the PTS. So.
Right.
Nick,
what do you think about Galactic Seasons?
Well, I think, especially because there's no big tactical advantage to them, I enjoy them. Or I should say I approve. Like, I like this idea. I even like them in Call of Duty, where you do get a smidge of a advantage. Like in Call of Duty, there's
the gun.
Yeah, you get guns that you unlock in the Battle Pass. So for reference,
this is my rifle. This is my gun.
Yeah.
There are many like it, but this one is mine.
Right. Like you can pay to unlock the first 20 levels of the Battle Pass, and there's one gun that comes in level 15.
Yeah, it's 15.
And then the second gun is level 30. So
it was like the Vector in Modern Warfare that I remember. It was dope.
Yeah, it's usually pretty solid, but like it's not like game breaking. You know what I mean? Like it's a cool new gun. It usually is pretty. The stats are good, and it's a little bit. It's a touch of a tactical advantage, but it's not like anything substantial. And you can go just grind and unlock it yourself. And then the second gun you cannot pay for. You have to at least it's because it's at level 30. You can only get by up to level 20 right away, and then you have to play to level 30. So you get a time advantage, but it's not that big a deal. So I think SWTOR's even doing there's even less like actual advantage. It's just cool stuff that you can get. So I'm totally for it. Yeah, nice to haves.
Right.
What's happening in AIE news?
So in AIE news, Fridays have been scheduled in SWTOR. So before it's been once a month we would do
Mega.
But now, in like every other week from there, we would do the Master Mode Flashpoints. Every other week, it would be the Achievement Hunters. So we got together and we came up with a foolproof plan for Friday nights in SWTOR in AIE.
Yep.
The first Friday of every month is
Master Mode Flashpoints.
Yep. And then the second Friday, I really wanted to do this, and actually, it's kind of funny that we're announcing it here, but the reason why I've decided to do this is because of Moxie. We're going to be doing a hard mode training night.
I'm so flattered.
The second Friday
you
of every
think
month.
hard, and you think training, and you think Moxie. Rare.
So we're going to be doing hard mode training. Starts tomorrow, which if you're listening to this, it's tonight or it's already passed. But the second Friday of every month, it will be hard mode training. We have a sub Discord under our SWTOR channel where you can sign up, and it's limited to 8 people right now just to see the attraction. And when it comes down to it, if we have to bump it to 16, we can. But this week we're going to Terror from Beyond, and
all the tentacles.
Right. And the goal for tonight, tomorrow night, is just to kill the writhing horror. Is the first boss. I don't know how much experience people have with hard mode, but I'm going to walk them through all the mechanics and learn how to do it. And somebody's got to stand in the flower and blah, blah, blah.
And
What's
someone
the
has
third
to deal with
Friday
the
night?
jealous male.
Yes.
All you have to do is drag the jealous male under the butt.
Yeah. Into the big boss's butt.
So the third Friday is achievement hunting. It's all about achievements.
Yeah. So I think they did like the Nerf Herder achievement once. They did some Datacrons. They're going for some obscure stuff. I did it once with them. It was actually kind of fun. And then every fourth Friday of the month, every single fourth Friday,
it's Friday for 4 Fridays. It's the fourth Friday of the month, and it's mega. It's the monthly Epic Guild activity.
So I'm not sure what we're doing. A lot of people have been talking about Datacrons, so we may be doing a bunch of Datacrons for everybody who needs them, because a lot of people have been talking about it. I'm not really sure. I will be getting with the crew to make that final decision.
And if all this sounds fun to you, go to AIE-guild.org, jump in the Discord, and ask for a guild invite. Whether or not you play Star Wars: The Old Republic or any of the other games that we play, we would love to have you.
Nick, this is such a silly question because I've asked it for 105 episodes, but you guys have only heard 101. Nick, do you have to go to the bathroom?
As always, I sure do. So we'll be right back.
Jeez, Nick, hurry up. We're trying to finish this podcast.
And we're back. So today we're going to chat about Moxie and her streaming experiences. But first, we want to chat about the Star Wars news that dropped today via Twitter. So it's some news about the Ahsoka series that's coming out. I should know that off the top of my head, but I don't. But it's coming out fairly shortly.
They haven't even started recording for it.
I don't remember. But anywho, that there's a leaked description of the show that's going to be like the series description on Disney Plus, and it reads, quote, Ahsoka Tano is on the hunt for the evil Grand Admiral Thrawn in the hope it will help her locate the missing Ezra Bridger. Ezra. I got like a Boston accent there.
Bridger.
Let me start this over.
He parked his car.
Christmas 2021.
Yes. Thank you. Christmas 20. Oh, so this Christmas. Boomba.
This Christmas, I give you my heart.
Anyways.
Yes.
Let me start this over because I can't read today. Ahsoka Tano is on the hunt for the evil on the hunt for the evil Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Can you start over?
Marcus.
I couldn't concentrate. There was noises in the background.
Ahsoka Tano is on the hunt for the evil Grand Admiral Thrawn in the hope it will help her locate the missing Ezra Bridger, the young Jedi that disappeared with Thrawn many years ago, which is pretty epic because that is the ending to Star Wars Rebels. and we get to pick up where we left off.
Yeah, so I was actually disappointed with the ending of Rebels in the sense of like they just went away with those like space whales.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that's it?
Yeah.
They're
it was
just gone?
it was too open-ended.
Yeah.
Well, I'm all for an open ending because they always want to do something, but I'm like, okay.
It was like a cliffhanger that you put in knowing that you're going to get another season. You know what I mean? That's kind of an odd series
But
finale.
no,
you know?
he said it that this is the true ending of the series. So clearly he wanted what I think is he wanted Thrawn to be around later.
Right.
And this was the open book to allow Thrawn
to be around.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
You know what I mean? And hopefully, so I'm kind of hoping that this Ahsoka show becomes also an Ezra Bridger and Thrawn show.
Yeah.
Like they're going to go
into,
it
could be parallel storylines.
Correct. Yeah. Like, okay, so like Ahsoka's here, but where are they? And they're just like, maybe they show like where they pop out of hyperspace.
Right.
Like, does this show start right after that? Or is it like 5 years down the road?
Right.
Like the Empire is still
go back and forth between the two.
Right. That's correct. So I'm excited for it. I was disappointed with the way Rebels ended with that, but now after we just talked about it, I understand why they did it.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Well, and having just read 2 of the Timothy Jean Thrawn books, I am delighted for the idea of a live action Thrawn. Any content about Thrawn is like gets me giddy.
Me too. I love Thrawn. I think he's a wicked cool character. Did you listen to them or watch or actually read them?
I actually read them.
Very nice. I listen to them all in audiobook.
Yeah, me too. Now here's the question, Moxie. Have you read the real Thrawn trilogy?
The original ones I have not yet. I only just started reading Star Wars books a couple months ago, and I've limited myself mostly to what I can get through my library for my Kindle.
Sure. Do you like?
I am a cheap bitch.
Hey, I wouldn't pay for it either. Audible, you get a free one every month or whatever. So
yeah, and for me, it usually lasts almost a month.
Yeah.
Well, and my library has had 6 or 7 of the Star Wars books at any time, and I've gotten a bunch of them that I've really enjoyed. I got to read Annihilation, so let me fan myself while imagining Theron Shawn running through a ship in his underwear and boots. Like, I am totally down with that visual. I'm.
What about? Did you read Fatal Alliance: Deceived or the Revan book?
Yes, I thought Revan sucked, and I think it should be lit on fire and kindling. I'm sorry.
Like
I have an entire rant about the Revan book, and the author, in a terrible reach of vocabulary to try and describe the audaciousness of a Hutt palace, uses the word Baroque. Now, I would like to be very clear that Baroque references 17th century France. Deeply specific. I really have a hard time thinking that the Star Wars world is going to be referencing anything Baroque. And it drives me batty. Like, it just ruined the vibe. It took me out of my happy Star Wars land.
Right.
Baroque, of all things. Garish. Gaudy. There's a million words for what he was trying to convey. And yet, Baroque.
Yeah. I can understand that.
I enjoyed it. It's been a long time since I've read it or listened to it. I might go back now because hearing that, I'm just like, I liked it. But maybe
and the ending was and I didn't like him, and I didn't like Bastila at all.
Yeah,
I mean, the beginning of the book is him saying like, "Oh, peace out, gotta go take care of her thing," and her being like, "Well, I'm pregnant. Fuck. Okay, whatever." Like, wow, tension. I feel it.
Yeah.
Like, and all the character interactions during that book were the exact same. When what's his name? Canderous meets up with his wife, his Mandalorian wife, and they're like, Hey, missed you. Hey, fuck off. Okay, let's go boink. Like, wow, tension. I totally feel like an actual relationship here.
Right.
There was none of that.
Yeah. These are fair criticisms.
Not that I have 2 English majors for parents, but
what about the
literary
Deceived book?
critique is important to me.
Yeah, I getcha.
What about the Deceived book?
That one I really liked for storytelling purposes. The writing, suboptimal, felt very like young adult writing level, but the storytelling was immersive and engaging, and I just ate through it in like a day.
You know, it's funny you say young adult. Honestly, I think the best Star Wars books are young adult books.
Yeah, because they can't take themselves too seriously. That's the Star Wars world. So there's a balance there. And I say this as someone who deeply loves young adult novels and reads them all the time. I mean, I go back to my young adult favorites on a regular basis, and I'm totally fine with that being the level that they set. But there needs to be a consistency of the world.
That's, yeah, I can understand that.
In my most humble of opinions.
What I liked about the Deceived book is it shows how it follows somebody that's a Sith and shows that they care about somebody.
Yes,
and how
his
they deal with it.
relationship with his
Twi'lek
lover was fantastic.
Yes.
That was actual relationship tension. That's what was fully devoid in Revan.
Right. It's interesting. I think that's a good point because a lot of times you see Sith characters as like just evil or sort of one lane, but like this gives you a lot more flavor and complications than just the kill everything, gain more power, nothing's
a rounded
in my way,
person.
whatever. Right. Like obviously when he's in combat and things like that, you get to see the Sith side of Malchus, but then when he talks about his Twi'lek lover, whose name is escaping me, you see a whole different flavor, and it's really interesting to see like, hey, this is like a person, not just like a machine.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool. I agree.
I'm excited for this show. I'm just excited in general for some quality content.
Yep.
I'm
excited for live action Thrawn.
Right?
Blue
that
skin and all.
Really, I'm not kidding, gets me giddy. I'll be really curious to see how they cast that.
Yeah, somebody's got to be like dripping in arrogance and like intelligence and
cheekbones.
and cheekbones, exactly. You gotta, especially if you. I think Moxie, if you listen to the audio books of any of the Thrawn ones, I think you'd really enjoy it because Mark Thompson does a great job with Thrawn's voice, and it really just like, I don't want to say use the same adjective twice in a row here, but like just drips like the I know way more than you think I do, and I'm way 37 steps ahead of you all the time. But like I'm going to be polite about this, but like get out of the way. You know what I mean? I don't know. The voice acting,
arrogance.
Relentless arrogance is awesome. Yeah.
What I love about the audiobooks is Mark Thompson did Heir to the Empire.
Right.
So the Thrawn from Heir to the Empire voice is the same as the new trilogy.
Right.
So it's perfect in my eyes. Honestly, I would like it if somebody just had Mark Thompson voice Thrawn's voice and just had somebody like move their lips.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm being so serious because it's
even
like,
in Rebels when it was a different voice actor, it threw me off.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm excited, and it's going to be 50 Shades of Thrawn.
I think it's going to be that'll be awesome.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I just hope what The Mandalorian did good is they introduced enough characters to make it. You know what it is? The Mandalorian show is an MMO.
Well, they set it up for all the spinoffs.
Well, no. What I meant is he's on fetch quests.
Yeah.
It's basically he's on an MMO, and then at the end you're going to the Flashpoint, False Emperor. You know what I mean? That's basically when you fight Malgus at the end of the first story.
Yeah.
In the Flashpoint. So
they did a good job making it very serialized that way.
Well, no, for sure. But that's basically what it is. It's just individual fetch quests where I'm hoping Ahsoka isn't that. it's more of like
a more connected or intertwined story.
Yeah,
from
I just hope it's like not the same. Like that's my only
One
hope.
cohesive story.
Right.
Well, I think like I don't think it's going to be, because I think The Mandalorian is modeled more after like a serialized Western from way back when.
Yeah.
Than which is a lot of those like, hey, one episodic, like obviously there's an overarching story, but most of what happens within the episode wraps up by the end of the episode. You know what I mean? And that happens in like those old Western movies that it's kind of or shows, I should say, that it's trying to emulate. So I think Ahsoka and probably all of the other, I would imagine all the other shows are going to be a different sort of format.
Well, I hope so. That's what I mean. It's like, I hope Ahsoka isn't just another fetch quest show, which I'm going to love it. But at the same time, I just hope it's not that same fetch quest.
Right.
So we talked about that. Let's get into Moxie's head.
So
God help us
So
all.
today we're going to get to know Moxie a little bit more, like we chatted about before. I don't know why I'm reading the Return from Break intro, but first things first. So when did you start?
Because you're Ron Burgundy.
I know. If it's on the
written
script,
like
I read it.
We'll talk about it, and then he'll back up and repeat it. And I know all of you have heard that before.
Well,
Go back. Well, like, oh, I got to say it again. What do you mean? We just said it.
I do live in a whale's vagina, so it's perfectly acceptable for you to Ron Burgundy this up. I mean, I am coming to you from San Diego, where the drinks are strong and the girls are pretty, and I'm not biased at all about the latter.
When you jump into a pool, do you do a cannonball or a dive?
Or a jackknife?
Dive.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, and not a great dive, but
No,
mostly
nobody said you're an Olympic diver.
I don't dive into pools very often. Because the bikini top ain't gonna hold up on its own.
That's
for
a great
dive.
point. Yeah, I never have to worry about that.
Yeah, got to keep the girls strapped in.
Right.
And if you're in San Diego, you're not swimming in a pool, you're swimming in the ocean.
No, I mean, my apartment complex has beautiful, beautiful pools, and I have a big floaty, and my favorite thing in the entire world is sitting with my waterproof Kindle in my floaty with a big hard drink in my hand and under the sun. And that's all I want in life.
That sounds like just pure relaxation.
Yeah, it's joyful. And that's where I was 2 summers ago. This last summer, didn't get to go to the pool so much. Didn't even get to go to Vegas.
That's
there was
just
no
rude.
pool or drinking time outside. There was plenty of drinking. Don't get me wrong.
Right. Speaking of which,
I think I got through like the last year on vodka and the tears of my enemies. So,
I think you just answered the question I was going to ask. What's your alcohol of choice?
vodka or wine? Yeah.
What kind of wine?
Ooh,
the wine kind?
So pretentious Californian in me is going to say depends on what I'm eating or if I'm not eating, and the weather, the temperature, all of that. If I'm in Reims, France, I'm going to be drinking champagne.
Right.
If I'm in Lodi, California, I'm going to be drinking their big old reds. If I'm in Paso Robles, my college town of San Luis Obispo, I'm going to be drinking their Pinots, because I am all about the flavor of the appellation of take advantage of what's local and good there.
Yeah, I get you. That makes sense.
How about you? What's your poison?
I think my go-to when I go to the bar is tequila. I like Casamigos.
Oof.
I'm a tequila soda person.
All right.
To the point where
I did have a Palamo.
Palama?
What's the word I'm looking for? Paloma. That's
yes.
I had a Paloma the other day. My very first time eating out since COVID, and I went out for ceviche and had a Paloma, and it was divine. I hadn't had tequila in ages, and it was delicious. Very
nice. I think tequila is all about the quality of tequila you get, because there are just some awful ones.
Yes.
But I will not. Anyways, that could be a whole episode I could talk about. But I also like beer. I used to be super duper duper into craft beer. Marcus too. I am not anymore. I actually like just regular beers most of the time.
Congratulations for coming round the bend from that crazy town.
Yes, yeah, exactly. They just the starting point was it really started to mess up my stomach when I was drinking those all the time because they're unfiltered and they still have yeast in them. So they just
Ooh, yikes. I could see that being an issue.
Yeah. And then for wines, I like typically like a lighter red, like a Pinot Noir, or my favorite's actually a Rioja from France. Or sorry, from Spain. I mean,
I was gonna say
no, from Spain. Which is basically, it's kind of like in the ballpark of a Pinot Noir. It's like a lighter red, usually kind of spicy-ish, but I enjoy those a lot. All right, last fun question before we dive into the video game talk. What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Ooh, well, so I have to admit, I worked at Baskin-Robbins when I was in high school, so I am a big ice cream aficionado as well. Yikes. And everyone always told me, like, oh, you're going to get so sick of it after being around it every single day. And thank God that didn't happen. Chocolate chip cookie dough. It's just decadent, but I'll never turn down, like, coffee ice cream with hot caramel.
I like coffee ice cream, too. I'm limited on my ice cream flavors because I'm allergic to chocolate.
Oh, no!
Yes.
And I'm not a huge sweets person. I like tart more than sweet.
Okay. Marcus is a sweets person.
Yeah, give him all the sugar and the
savory.
candy.
No. You're more savory.
Yeah, I'm not I don't give a shit about sweets, but hear me out. On my 12-hour stream, I want you to come hang out with me here for an hour, and we're going to give you like the world's biggest Reese's peanut butter cup and watch what happens.
I have to fly out to Massachusetts.
No, me.
Good.
Yeah,
Thank
me.
God. It's like, that's not going to happen.
He's saying
peanut butter cup, not the flying. I would totally come visit.
No, he wants me to have an allergic reaction on stream.
Well, that's cruel and unusual, man. Jeez.
He's just got to suck it up.
Oh my God, it's not how that works.
When did
that's not how any of this works.
So
When
did you start playing video games?
Oh my God. I think I could just barely walk. No, I was really lucky. I was an early adopter in a home where my dad actually rescued an IBM from work when I was about 5, and we played dungeon crawlers off 5 3/4 floppies. But I guess when I was about 6, that's when he won a Game Boy handheld at work. So this was 91. And my older brother, my dad, and I would, of course, fight relentlessly over this, and I was always the loser. But oh my God, over who got to play Tetris and Super Mario Brothers and Zelda when these were this was it. This was gaming. It was amazing. But I didn't get really serious into computer games until I was in college. Got stupid addicted to Counter-Strike and would schlep my laptop over to the computer science building where we would have LAN parties.
Oh, LAN party!
Yeah.
That's awesome.
They were like, who are you? What are you doing here? I promise. I just want to set us up the bomb. That's why I'm here. I loved it. But my senior year of college, I'd gotten myself an Xbox and fell in love with the original Knights of the Old Republic. And it was such a cool vibe because my 2 roommates, I lived with 2 other women, and they were both a year behind me in school. They were going to take 1 more year to graduate. So I would get home from classes at around 3 in the afternoon because business school started. I was majoring in economics. B school would start around 7 in the morning. We were early starters, which sucked balls, but I'd be done by 3 in the afternoon. So I would come home and pour myself a hard lemonade and start playing. And they got so engaged in the storyline that they were all following along. Wait, what planet are we on? Where did we get now? Wait, what did you solve that conversation? Has he talked to you about X, Y, and Z? And one friend would be looking stuff up on her computer, and we just had such a blast with it that it really it got me so involved. And then when I graduated, I was going off to get my MBA, and a couple of my guy friends had just gotten into World of Warcraft, and they were like, hey, We could all play this together.
Yes.
Well, even though you're like 500 miles away, you can play with us. Well, needless to say, they quit after like 4 months, and I played for like 10 years. So
I can understand what that's like for sure.
Right? When you find that game that's just...
It hits the spots.
It's called Star Wars: The Old Republic for me.
Exactly. So I'm so glad that like it's come full circle after all the changes in my life and everything that like yeah.
That's awesome. So, do you prefer group or solo content more?
I'm gonna
Or yes.
I mean, you left out context there. So
Well, so
we can talk
I'm
about
all
both.
for
Yeah, so like
playing with oneself, but on a regular basis. But and no, in the games, like the group content adds a challenge and a greater satisfaction. So,
Phrasing. You're walking right into these.
I know I'm setting them up and knocking them down.
I was gonna say you're teeing up your own baseballs here.
But I guess really what we're trying to find out is, where do you find the most fun when you're playing like a KOTOR style story driven game, or when you're doing your story mode ops or your hard mode ops with your group of friends? Which one, like what style of gaming would you prefer?
¿Por qué no los dos? I couldn't pick one. I need both in my life. I need my quiet solo time of like I control my story and it's just me and the game and I'm in the zone, and like when I put on my Oculus, like that's just me and the games. I'm not doing that to be social, but I love the social stuff. I mean, it was because of COVID and getting sent to work from home that I got back into MMOs. So I picked up so I'd played SWTOR when it originally came out. I was beta and a launch player, and I was deeply dissatisfied with the first few months of content and walked away and just said, nah. But the end of last June, I was like, you know what? I am sitting at home alone. I can't go out and do things. I can't go to the bar. I can't watch sports. What is life worth anymore? Hey, I should get an MMO in my life again. And I looked up like what's still around and thought, it sounds like it's worth jumping back into SWTOR. And oh my God, am I so glad I did. Because the minute I did, it was just, there's so much content. And it's beautiful. And I can do the solo stuff. But then there's wonderful community to chat with. And just so much there.
That is almost, in a way, almost identical to my story with SWTOR. I played it when it first came out. I played it for 2 weeks, and all of my friends were playing Call of Duty, and I stopped playing. I was like, I can't play this game. It's not Call of Duty. And for me, it was basically,
You got peer pressured.
Well, yeah, but it wasn't fast. Like Call of Duty is fast paced. It's action packed. And what I like about Call of Duty is I can call Nick and say, hey, let's play a game. We play one game. It could last 15 minutes. And we both are like, all right, you good? Yeah, you're good. Let's go do something else.
Nice.
Right? Like it gives you that quick fix to say, okay, I gamed a little bit today.
Right.
And you can have a monster one game.
And you're like, yeah, I'm the man.
Yeah, you're like, this is
you
fantastic.
Get that huge dopamine rush.
Right, exactly. Or you get your dick stomped and you
All right, we gotta
play another game.
Yep.
Right.
And then you talk about the guy's mother and
Yes.
absolutely.
Well, what's so funny is back when Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 came out, like those lobbies
were vicious.
Like people don't even know.
Yeah.
Like people talk about like toxicity in the games and stuff now. I'm like, you guys have no idea what happened in those lobbies back
before
in the day.
there were like moderators. By the way,
Yeah, like it was brutal.
And it was there was no like mute all button.
No.
There
were no filters.
You had to individually mute them, and in order to mute them, you had to pause the game
and like pull up their name and click on them.
Yeah, so like it wasn't intuitive.
It wasn't even worth it.
Well, no, so it wasn't, and that's when and then you would get the one player that was friends with the other 5 people from the other team, but he didn't make it on their squad. And you were with him, and you would just make fun of him so hard that he was purposely losing the match so he could go play with his friends and how bad he sucked. It was brutal back in the day. I remember there was a friend of ours, Blake. This guy came out with the craziest shit in the world back then. But that's what I mean. It's just different. But I couldn't, you can't go from playing with all of your friends every night. Like, it was a race to get home. It was a race to get home because the max room party was 18 because you could do Ground War. Remember Ground War?
Yes. Yeah. No, 9 because it was 18.
Yeah, it was 9 people. So if you weren't in the first 9, it's like you got relegated to the B team.
Right.
And you were playing with all
the other late people.
Yeah.
You're with the noobs.
Yeah, no, it was the B squad, and you were like, I've lost all night.
Yeah.
Can't you guys play a little bit better? Or back then it was like you're playing with all the dads.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And you're like,
wow.
Marcus. And I'm like, hey, is there an opening? No, there's not an opening because everybody from the moment they got home till the moment they went to bed, it was Modern Warfare 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, but then I have to ask, now that you are like the dad still logging into the game, are you more sympathetic to that, or do you wish that when you were that younger guy that you'd been nicer to the dads who were just trying to get in their gaming time?
Oh, no, fuck no.
Fuck the dads.
Yeah, no, screw that. Those dads need to suck less and get better. It's as simple as that. You can't go into the battle arena.
In fire.
Yeah, you can't go into the battle arena with 2 broken blasters. You need to bring your A game.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I like it. Merciless Marcus.
Well, it's the truth, right? You can't do that.
Show up for war, man.
Well, that's correct.
Right.
And it was so much fun. But
hey, no, I mean, even with my story mode ops, it started out as a running joke that I would remind everyone, empty your bags, check your frags, and put on your pants. And everyone was like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I am sick to fuck of people coming into my story mode ops with their bags overflowing. They're at 10,000 tech frags, and then they want 10 minutes to go sell shit, and they aren't wearing the right gear. No, you show up for my op, empty your bags, check your frags, put on your pants.
It's a great way to put it.
Yep.
It's clean, simple, and now people have it ingrained in their memory so that they're so ready to go. And then when I started my prog team a few weeks ago, I finally put this together after months of planning and plotting. I finally got the right people with the right mentality that I'm like, yes, this is my team. And someone said, oh, well, I mean, it's just going to be like our story mode ops, right? She's going to totally handhold. I'm like, oh no.
Now you're accountable.
The gloves are off. You know to show up and do your job.
Or else you get the whip or horse crop, whichever you prefer.
Oh, they wish. Why would I reward bad behavior?
That's a good point. So besides Star Wars: The Old Republic, what other games are you currently playing?
Oh, goodness gracious.
Or maybe a favorite hits list or something.
Oh, well, I mean, to be truly honest, before I even get out of bed in the morning, I grab my phone and I play the Galaxy of Heroes, the Star Wars gacha game.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if you guys know that one.
I do.
It's silly good fun, and I've been at it for about a year now, and it's just warm fuzzies about the characters and working with. I have a nice little group that we communicate in a little Discord, and we actually plan out our territory wars and everything.
There's nothing wrong with that.
So I play a lot of a huge broad demographic of games. I'm actively replaying Skyrim for the 4th time right now and making completely different decisions than I've ever made before.
This is Nick's jam.
I finally joined the Dark Brotherhood, and I'm like, oh god.
What do you mean? You finally?
I'm not that person.
No way. Dark side all the time. The first guild I joined every time.
I'm also like a fire wizard from far away. I don't.
Perfect. Destructive mage or whatever.
Yeah. I always join the Mages Guild. I actually joined the Bards Guild this time too.
Oh, fuck the Bards Guild. I never take that one.
Because I hadn't done it before. I wanted to try it.
I get you. I got frustrated doing that.
Bravely Default 2 for my Switch, but I haven't played it yet. So I'm excited for that.
What's that game?
It's a JRPG.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, story. It's fun. Not quite scroller, but kind of almost feels like it sometimes. Yeah. Less grindy than like Final Fantasy, like a simplified, easier Final Fantasy.
Okay, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, just it's cute, fun. I don't know. It's cheerful, yeah. And I need that in my life right now. But I like the variety. I mean, there's so much content out these days, and like I was on Discord the other day, and one of my buddies was playing Civ, and I'm like, ooh, I haven't picked up Civ 6 in a while. I should play that. Well, 300 turns later, I'm like, where the fuck did my Sunday go?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it's so easy to go down those rabbit holes. I just love it.
Black hole of time. Yeah.
What is your favorite game?
Knights of the Old Republic, easily. Just the storytelling, the music, the character progression. I actually replay it every single year, and again, I make different choices every time. So, whereas like the very first playthrough, of course, I had to be perfect good girl, Revan, and save the world and make Carthonasi fall in love with me and save Bastila's soul, basically, and all that. My last playthrough, I was like evil dude, and Bastila and me being all black evil on the top of Yavin 4 at the end was just like so satisfying. But now, I mean, just it's good fond memories, and it sets the bar so high. If I could just get a perfectly reskinned version of that game.
How would you feel if they remade the game, but when they remake the game, it's going to be more linear because it's all going to have to be canon. So all those decisions will have to be canon. So it'll end up being a more linear story, I would imagine.
I'd be okay Disney with that. I mean, the same way, like, I deeply loved Fallen Order, so I'm okay with that. If they want to make it a little more structured, I mean, obviously the choice in it was huge, and it made it empowering. It was my game. It's, I was one of those hardcore, no, my Revan is a female blonde woman, and fuck your canon. The game came first. My Revan got to be who I made her. And I was very adamant about that. So it was very hard for me in SWTOR being like, okay, I guess Keanu Reeves can be my Revan.
Hey, you know what would be a cool idea? If they remade, Knights of the Old Republic and had two different modes for the story. They did one where it was basically just a HD reskin of the original game, and you can make all the choices and stuff. And then two is like a Fallen Order style. Hey, you could choose like canon mode or something like that.
Yeah, canon mode.
And it's
that.
Like here you can play the original that you love and make it your own. But here's what we're going to go off of going forward. And then you can have like cool little side quests and side adventures and collect things or whatever.
Exactly. The two don't need to be mutually exclusive.
Right. And I feel like granted, I'm not a game developer, but I feel like the HD reskin is not all that challenging. So that's like not that much work to do if you're making like a whole nother real game. If you get what I'm saying. To where like you could package that together and then sell it, and it would be, people would be cool with that. But
I'm not sure how I feel about it.
No, you're torn.
I feel like go one or the other.
Really?
Yeah, but I'm a very odd gamer, right? I'll give an example. I say it all the time. My favorite expansion in SWTOR is Knights of the Fallen Empire. It's the best hands down story. It was the best time for me during the game because every month I had to look forward to new content coming out. I got to do all those little extra things, and I wasn't being like, I don't care about all the content at one time.
You weren't rushing to finish.
Right. Because you couldn't. I liked how they released an operation one boss at a time. That was a fantastic time for me.
That's cool. I did not get to experience that, but I can totally see the joy and the value in being part of the journey and not just here's the dump of the full end thing.
Right.
Who is your favorite video game character of all time?
I think I know.
Oh,
maybe not.
That's so broad.
It's tough.
I always get like the warm fuzzies for Princess Peach, my first I get to play the cute pink character when I was an Itsy Bitsy. And Seamus for the epic reveal.
Right.
Metroid, come on. Dude. When my brother and I finished playing that and we're like, there's a ponytail? Wait, what? Like,
it's been a girl the whole time?
Mind blown. I still remember Boxy as fuck Lara Croft.
The triangle tits.
Oh yeah. I've actually seen a really good cosplay where they used a box to create the chest. It was amazing.
That's too funny.
I don't know. I love that they're all different in so many ways, and some I love to love characters. I love to hate other characters. So I'm currently completely obsessed, of course, with Theron, Sean, and Lana Beniko.
Right. Well, of course.
Make a Moxie sandwich right there, and I'll live happily ever after.
I get you.
Well, Nick, what about you? Who's your favorite character?
I can list a couple probably.
You don't just have one?
See, it's tough because a lot of my favorite video games are RPGs where I'm making the character what they want. So
that makes sense.
So
you love yourself.
Yeah. Well,
whoa, ego much, Nick.
Exactly. Well, so in Skyrim, you create your own Dragonborn, right? Your Dragonborn character is whatever you want. Or I'm off the top of my head, Fallout New Vegas is one of my favorite games, and you make your career, however you want. But I think if I'm playing as somebody, what popped into my head was John Marston from Red Dead Redemption 1. That was a really cool game.
Yeah, it was.
I think that, and I like Arthur Morgan in Red Dead Redemption 2, but I think that John Marston's character is pretty, especially because you get to see him in Red Dead Redemption 2 and see the arc and stuff. I think that's just an interesting. I like Westerns anyway, but I think that character is really interesting. And you get to play as him and do all kinds of badass stuff. So, what about you? What would you say, Marcus?
Commander Shepard.
I knew you were going to say Shepard.
If I had a number 2, it would be Alucard from Symphony of the Night.
Yeah.
But Commander Shepard, no doubt, my favorite character of all time.
Yeah.
He's
or
not
she. Just throwing it out there.
He or she.
Yet another one that can be a she.
Yeah.
Well, if it's in my world, he's a he.
It's Marcus's Commander Shepard.
Right. I would never pick a female Commander Shepard for me because I play that character as if it was me.
Right.
In that setting, but for me, Commander Shepard, he did it for me because in the beginning, he was always the underdog.
Yeah.
Right. And he always had to fight through adversity and and he met so many awesome people and how he
so many awesome people
and how he banded. Well, that's, and they're ruining the Legendary Edition.
I know. Cause you can't have sex anymore. It's stupid.
No, you can.
Oh no.
Well, no, so you can, but they cut out all the butt scenes.
It's the best part.
Yeah. So they cut out all the butt scenes. They cut out some of the romantic,
physicality.
So long as they never do that. So long as they never do that to The Witcher.
Oh, I know.
Because I need more Geralt ass in my life.
Right. That's fair.
So yeah. So Moxie, who's your favorite video game character?
I think I'm gonna have to go with Geralt of Rivia.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
He's an awesome character.
He's just fantastic, and I like his choices. I like pixelated
Abs.
everything.
All the above.
I mean,
Or
except
below.
for the fact that he lowers himself to be with Yennefer, because ew. I hate her. I hate Yennefer with a fiery passion.
I can understand that.
But I mean, that game blew my mind. I was on a work assignment in North Carolina and had my big old gaming computer, this like fatty Asus that weighed like 25 pounds that I would lug around with me because I traveled 280 days out of the year for work.
Wow.
And I realized I needed something new to play that didn't need the internet because I had fuck all for internet. And I went to Walmart, my very first Walmart trip in North Carolina. And that was interesting. And there's an R-rated video game. I'm like, what? I have no idea, but this sounds interesting.
Yeah, and it doesn't need internet 'cause it's a story game. Let's check this
Exactly.
out.
I made sure that it said it could work just fine without internet because, again, the internet there was horrid.
Yeah, of course.
Well, it's not like it was a bad part of. It's not like we were out in the country. I mean, I was in Charlotte. I was in a big city. It's
Just North Carolina internet is not good.
I mean, it wasn't back then. This was also 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So
I take the internet for granted now, I guess.
yes, I mean, I'm blessed. I have FiOS in my apartment, so
Wow.
you can pull my 800 up and down out of my cold dead hands.
Jesus. That's awesome.
Yes. Well, you get what you pay for, right? But
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
all about like Elon Musk's Starlink and being able to provide internet to everyone everywhere because I think it really needs to be a utility.
I agree.
It's absolutely a necessity for this day and age, for education, for work, for communication.
All the above.
But
Okay, so now we're going to get into the hard-hitting questions.
dun
Okay.
dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun. So, Moxie, you have only been streaming for, you'll tell us, what made you decide to click the go live button?
Ooh, I started teaching the story mode ops with my guild and saw that other people were streaming things that were different, and I looked because I mean, being who I am as having spent many years as a business analyst, did proper competitive analysis and looked at what other SWTOR streams were doing, and whether it be people who were being quiet and just sharing their operations, or people who were just playing super casual and chatting, weird variety of both, people who were just recording for other things, which Sortrista does a lot. There was a lot of interesting variety of content out there, but I didn't really see, someone doing what I wanted to do, which was share my love of teaching, and being able to interact with the community was really appealing to me. Knowing that, I mean, again, one of the reasons I got back into SWTOR was I was looking for the social aspect of the game. I wanted an MMO in my life because I was sitting home alone on Saturday night playing video games anyway. I may as well be doing it with other people and getting jollies out of that. So being able to share my face and be like, hey, I'm the other there's a real human on the other end of this keyboard. I think there's a real value in that for a lot of people, and remembering that, it's not just words you're throwing out there, it's other humans, and we can be kind to them and share the things we love more than the things we hate. And I know it sounds silly, but because of the whole work from home thing, I had gotten into a real funk about not getting pretty in a long time. Not getting literally.
Yeah, like not getting dressed up and
Exactly.
all the makeup on or whatever. Just like putting yourself
Right.
together properly.
Right.
I can totally sympathize with that.
Right. So my streams actually became almost like a date night for me when I started off. I'm gonna do my hair and put on makeup, and okay, I am. And they actually became even more than that, to the point where my interactions with the community made it feel for me like I was sitting around at the bar drinking with friends. Because you know what? We're all sitting here talking about video games and things we love while we're shooting the shit. And that's amazing. Like, we're just bonding naturally as it should be. And it didn't feel forced. It just felt like, hey, and you get to see me while I'm doing my thing. And I've always been a very heart on my sleeve kind of woman. I mean, I don't hide any aspect of myself. One of my core life values in both work and life is transparency, being honest, and, don't say something you don't mean, don't do something you have to apologize for later kind of life. And it's been good to me. So I don't feel like I had anything to hide, and there weren't going to be any negative repercussions of my being able to say, hey, I'm Moxie, and this is me babbling, sometimes drunk, sometimes sober, mostly drunk, while I play video games after work. And this is who I am and what I do and what I love. And then getting to introduce them to other people I know and love. And like, hey, here's this awesome streamer Marcus I found who does this awesome stuff, and I love watching him play and getting good vibes off of his energy. And like on my lunch breaks, I love to watch Kitty Kisses and get good vibes off of his playing. And he makes such good jokes, and I like the timing is perfect. So just
And he does a great Marcion Rowe impression.
Yes, he does.
yes,
so I do agree with you. I do find myself just tuning in. The one thing I love to do is watch a lot of different people's streams, because like I said earlier in our show, that everybody has their own personality, right? And I don't connect with people that are quiet. That's not who I am. Just like I don't connect with people who don't engage with their chat. If I say hello in chat and it goes like 5 minutes and you have not responded, I'm out.
Yeah.
And where Moxie, for you came out, like, I think we said this when Kitty was on, was that number 99 or 98?
98.
You came out of nowhere. Like, all of a sudden, I saw your name pop up and I was like, who the fuck is she? I never heard of her. Because usually I have a pretty good hold on, who's streaming and playing SWTOR.
Yeah.
But I had no idea who you were. And, we all loved your channel, and it's all grown. And then what I love about the community is you are done streaming and you're like, oh, let's see who's in the list, because you're not going to just end your stream. You're going to say, hey, whoever wants to continue watching Twitch, let's send them over to Nick's channel and let them enjoy his content, because I enjoy their content. And without anything else, that's almost like the best marketing campaign you can ever have.
And that mutual love fest of the SWTOR streamers, I think, is so huge. And it definitely encouraged me. I mean, my very first streams were like 3 or 4 of my guildies tuning in who weren't on the ops group that night, but wanted to, like, the people who were scared of operations. Because, there's always those people who are like, oh, operations sounds so big and scary. And it's like, no, there's a reason I say level 70 in pants. Like, show up and you'll be fine. But they were watching, and then I think Kitty did a raid and dumped like 30 people on me, and I was like, what the ever loving fork? I mean, I was flabbergasted, gobsmacked. I mean, if you know me, to get me to shut up, it takes something, and that was it. Like, I had no idea what was going on. And I mean, again, it was also a huge learning curve. I didn't even know what a raid was at the time. I was very new to Twitch in general, both as a viewer and as a streamer. So, I mean, it's been just a blast learning all the technology. I'm an IT program manager. I breathe tech, but being able to, like, pick up stream elements and go, this uses regex. Like, I cracked up seeing it uses regular expressions. I'm like, that's so cute. And then, like, getting the sound and the lighting, it's a good challenge too, but making it entertaining. And yes, to your point, Marcus, really engaging in with your audience, I try and balance that. And that's why I make very clear that, like, certain nights are all about me and the camera teaching. It's more one way, versus other nights that are definitely vastly more interactive and fun. And if I don't have the energy to keep going, like make it fun after the teaching, then yes, I absolutely want to be like, let me introduce you to someone else who's awesome and you're going to like. Like, if you like my vibe, you're going to like this vibe. I don't ever raid a channel that's A, not SWTOR, and B, not someone I personally like. Like, why would I share what I don't enjoy? That's the whole point, right? But it's also not like a hoarding thing. Like, my fans are not my fans alone. It's a rising tide lifts all boats, right?
Right.
I rated somebody back in the early days, and I never watched their stream before. They had like 5 viewers, and I was like, I'm going to give this person a shot. And man, did I regret it. I rated him, and he lit a blunt right on the camera. He was wasted, screaming like the most vulgar shit ever. And after that, I was like, nope, never again.
Yeah, you gotta know who you're rating.
Yeah, never again. So that's why partly I watch so many different streamers, because like I like to spread the love.
Yeah,
right. And we want to encourage it, because especially like you and Kitty and Switch and I, we roll at very different times of day too. Like, I don't feel like I'm competing. Like Kitty mostly during the day, Switcherista early morning. I do much later night because I'm West Coast. Like, and it makes for really nice handoffs of just,
for sure.
There's a lot of, hey, as a community, we're all providing a lot of great SWTOR content.
The magic moments for me are when I come into your stream and you get really excited, or Nick comes in your stream and you get really excited. And that interaction is what makes it so genuine, because there's so many of us that, may need that. You don't know if somebody had a tough day and you come in and Nick comes in and says, and I'm Nick. And instantly I get smiles on my face. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And you saying the thing about
Marcus.
Yeah, exactly. The big one for me is, like you said, back when you had like 3 viewers that you were guildies. And I remember I was streaming in the beginning and Nick was the only one there, and he hung out with me for 2 fucking hours. And I had one viewer, and that was Nick, but he chatted with me all night, and it just helped me. And that's all you need, is that one special person to hang out with you, and it can make your whole stream. You could have 1 viewer all night, but if you have that one person, it can make your stream was awesome.
Well, and I feel like, Marcus, you and I could do a whole separate piece on streaming best practices based on that, because to that point, I know having my best friend Mina become my moderator.
Mina,
exactly. Huge shout out to Mina. She is my heart, my soul, my love. We met through SWTOR and bonded so hard, and now we like send each other gifts and we talk every day. And it's just, if a day goes by that I haven't touched base with her, something's wrong. Like, go-to person, despite being opposite sides of the country. But that anytime I'm going to kick off a stream, she already like plunks down and gets ready, and she is so on it with knowing how to kick out the toxic people. She can see them before even I can, because I'm more of like, give the guy a shot, maybe he's just having a bad day. And she's like, oh no, none of that.
Well, right. Well, that's what's really good about having good moderators. Somebody that's in your chat all the time, that you're like, you're here all the time, and do you want to moderate for me? And essentially I don't want to say the police.
Yeah, but you can be.
Yeah, but you're like, you're me. You're the extension of me.
Yeah, it's the police and also cheerleader kind of,
I was going to say, yeah, because keeping the energy high is a huge part of it too. Like welcoming in and interacting with people when I can't, and like throwing out those shout outs. And like, I want to put out shout outs for any other streamer that I know when they pop into my stream. I can't always do that when I'm raiding. So like, you'll frequently see me on camera, like wave and mouth your name and like, hi. But I'm not going to speak over my guild leader when he's teaching me master mode, master blaster,
Yeah, I do agree on the moderators. I don't know if you find this, but I find that I have two different groups of people that watch my channel. You have your always watchers, right? And then I have, because my Saturdays are story stuff, and then my Tuesday and Wednesday stream is operations. I almost have two sets of people that watch my stream. Do you find that the same with yours?
I think I have high overlap between the two. And interestingly, a lot of people who have joined my stream have applied and joined my guild because they like what I do. They like my teaching methodologies. They like the way we manage our events, and they want to be part of that. And that to me is so fucking exciting because I'm getting to like bring the love back to the game. And it's, hey, I get off playing this game. You should come join. Like,
yes,
come play with me.
I can't agree more.
Because I want more people to be excited. Because the more people are participating, the better and more, like, the bigger the game can be. It doesn't.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, going off of that, is there a particular stream or maybe a moment within a stream that stands out to you? That was particularly awesome or epic?
There's one really hilarious one someone took a clip of, but I actually stepped away from the camera briefly and forgot to put up my cover. Like, I always have a little chat cover that's like, Lana's piling Moxie, I'll be right back, kind of thing. It's silly. I made it in PowerPoint, no joke. So anyway, my chair is just sitting there spinning. And I come back, and one of my friends from college has just typed in chat, like, oh, hello, chair. How are you tonight, chair? And I just proceeding to have this conversation with the chair. And of course, this was during one of like the mastermind ones I was learning, which is why I bolted so quickly so that I could go pee and come right back. So then everyone's like asking, why are you laughing? So like I could not control I could not stop giggling. And then I finally was like on the fourth try, like, hello, chair.
That's fantastic.
It was perfect to me. I love all the moments, though. And I mean, the times when people share their real moments, too, have been huge. I mean, I started a Discord, as most, I think, Twitch streamers do, to give my community a place to bond, where I can, like, post all of my, what I'm doing, what's coming next, all that jam. And I've had so many of my followers reach out and be like, you made a really wonderful safe space where I love getting to talk with these people, and I can open up about issues and know that I have this support network. And when shit happens, they like, damn, my parents are under a tornado warning, I'm panicked. And they come and they post there because they know that like we care and we worry and we empathize. And I love that I've created like this healthy community of gamers who understand that it's not just bullshit. It's not posturing. It's I want you to remember you're humans at the end of the day. Like, yes, we're also badass Sith, sorry, Darth Moxie gonna tear you a new one. But we're humans with lives, jobs, families, and we care about each other, and I love that. And I think that's one of the more adult aspects of SWTOR that is unique to the game. That it does encourage a more adult community that goes that extra mile and cares about each other.
And I think that's the best part.
Wow, I don't even know what to say after that.
Right.
Moxie, where can everybody find you?
My Twitch handle is SWTOR_Moxie. And that's pretty much it.
Perfect. What is your stream schedule?
So Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9 p.m. not even EST. Damn it. 9 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I stream my story mode operations. On Saturdays and Sundays, I do vet mode ops from 7 p.m. Eastern and until we're done. But Friday nights, starting at around 9 p.m. Eastern, that's when we have our special fun time of drinking games and fuck, marry, kill with Star Wars companions and, listing off our 5 favorite robots or our 5 least favorite Flashpoint moments and all that jazz.
What are you guys talking about in here?
Find out next episode of Working Class Nerds.